Shayla here. So I am here to film a video for you. So I had you guys ask me some questions on Instagram. So I'm going to answer those while I fluff my tree so you can get to know me a little bit. I thought this would just be a little fun video to do. I haven't done anything like this for a while, so I thought you guys would enjoy it. So I have a couple of questions here that I'll start with, and that's like family Christmas traditions. So typically when I'm decorating my tree, once I get to the actual decorating and not just fluffing, because this is a fake tree. I don't do real trees. They're too messy. I don't like the mess and the clutter, and having the real cats means the needles just get all over my house. So we just do fake trees in our house. But one thing, my family gets together on Christmas Eve and has like a family gathering, and that's when we like exchange our gifts and stuff. And then I used to have a big family gathering with my dad's side of the family, but my grandma just passed away, and so that party is no longer. We kept doing it for her, and so now we're gonna try to do like some sort of other family reunion, but holidays are just hard to get everybody together because we're all kind of spread out all over the country now, and so it just makes sense. We all grew up. I grew up with all of my dad's side of the family, so it was just easy for all of us to get together like that, but not so much anymore. So now that that is harder, we're changing up the format, and we'll just go to like a summertime family reunion kind of thing. Let's see. My favorite season is another question. My favorite season is fall. I love fall colors. I love fall time. I love the cozy feel of fall, so fall is definitely my favorite. The next question is, what anime am I currently watching? So anime-wise, I am currently watching Haikyuu, obviously. I'm also watching Tonikawa. We are watching Yashahime. I'm letting a couple episodes kind of build up before I watch again. I have a love-hate relationship with Yashahime. Outside of that, my husband and I are actually watching Sailor Moon Crystal right now, which is kind of interesting. It really makes me want to revisit the Sailor Moon manga and see how I feel now that some time has passed, but we'll talk about that in another video. Okay, next. How did you meet your husband? I've told this story a little bit on this channel, but my husband and I met online. We're one of those online dating success stories. We talked for a couple of weeks before we met up in person. I pretty much knew on our first date that he was my forever human, and it freaked me out because I'd only been divorced a few months when I met Steve. So it was one of those things where it's like, I can't do this. This is too fast. I'm not supposed to find the right person yet. And so I kind of fought it for a while, and he honestly hadn't dated a ton. Like, I was his first kiss, and so I had to let him run the show. And so he kind of determined the pace of our relationship and stuff, and it worked for us. We were both older, so we both knew what we wanted. So when it came to when he proposed and things, we both felt really good about all of that. What is the most LGBT-centered shelf on your bookshelves? Well, it's kind of the main one you see behind me when I film. Here, I'll just turn it for a second. So it's this one right here. In that corner, I have my Yuris, and then over here, I have my Yaois, and then just more central ones right there. I chose to do it that way just because I want to kind of show the little bit that I've read and own physically, because I haven't read a ton. I do plan on exploring that more in 2021 though. Where is the best place to buy manga? I'm always gonna say first to check your local bookstores. I'm a firm believer in supporting local when you can. So I always say try there first. If they don't have a good manga selection, there's several places you can go. If you're in the US, rightstuffanime.com has the best prices by far. Outside of that, I mostly buy mine in person at Barnes & Noble, or I buy them online through Amazon, but I am also an Amazon affiliate, so I get a little bit of a kickback when I shop through them and use one of my own links. So that's what I tend to do there. So it depends on where you are. Book Depository has a decent amount of manga as well if you're outside of the US. I think Better World Books has some as well. You would have to check out one of the UK YouTubers if you're in that area, because they'll have way better recommendations than I do. Let's see. Which shoujo title do you reread the most? I'm trying to branch into that genre. Well, I plan on doing a lot more rereading in 2021 of my shoujo favorites. But if I'm going to recommend my top 3 favorites right now, that is Yona of the Dawn, Requiem of the Rose King, and Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts. Those will always be my top 3 recommendations for someone coming into it, especially if they mainly read shonen, because they're fantasy based. And so it'll feel a little more comfy for a shonen reader because you have those fantastical elements, and the romance tends to be a little quieter on those. So that's why, I don't even know if you can see me. We'll turn this a little bit. That's why I tend to recommend those over like the high school romances. If you're looking for a high school shoujo, if it's someone who primarily reads like shonen or seinen, I would definitely recommend going to something like My Love Story or Hatsuharu, because they do have mostly male-centered POVs, so they tend to be a little easier to digest that way, if that makes sense. Any particular way of organizing manga by publisher, genre, or by color? So if you check my last manga reorganization video, I moved all of my shoujo beat titles into the same area because I primarily, like half of my collection is shoujo beat. And then I just kind of put everything else by size, slightly, they used to be in alphabetical order, but they're kind of a hot mess still. I need to find a better organization system for them. But my collection is continuously growing, and I do think that affects a lot of that. Okay, let's see. Favorite thing about Christmas? And that seems to be the last question, so not too many. My favorite thing about Christmas is just the time with my family, I think. I mean, I love the lights and the presents are fun, and I love getting to spoil my friends this time of the year. But what it comes down to is just family. I'm a big family person. Like I said, my whole extended family on one side used to get together every Christmas, and so family is just big for me and always will be. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to still fine-tune this a little bit, but I'm out of questions. So I'm gonna wrap this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. My cat is trying to get in the tree box now, and I will see you guys tomorrow.